Moving on to part number C. Part C has 3 points. In the first, we have to find the midpoint of line AB. And in the second part, we have to find the slope of line AB. And in the third, we have to find the length of line AB. So, in the first part, I found out the coordinates of A as 2 and 4. In the second part, I found out the coordinates of B as 6, 0 because x was 6 and y was 0. So in the third part, I have to find 3 things. The first thing is the slope of line AB. The second thing is the midpoint of AB, and the third thing is the length of AB. So I made 3 columns, and this is my first point A, 2 and 4. So I labeled this as x1 and y1. And since this is my second point, so I labeled it as x2 and y2. And now I will calculate the slope, midpoint and length by using 3 formulas. We have a formula for the slope, we have a formula for the midpoint, and we have a formula for the length. Let's just revise the formulas. Slope m is always equals to yes, y2 minus y1 upon yes, x2 minus x1. Very good. y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. I hope you guys remember these formulas, and now just substitute the values. y2 is 0 minus y1 is 4. So I will write 4 in place of y1. My x2 is 6 and my x1 is 2. So I will write 6 minus 2. 0 minus 4 is minus 4. And 6 minus 2 is 4 as well. And the slope of line AB is equals to minus 1. So now moving on to the midpoint, and the midpoint formula was, midpoint is represented by capital M, and it is equals to yes, okay, x1 plus x2 upon 2 separated with a comma, y1 plus y2 upon 2. Just add the x values divided by 2 and just add the y values. First value of x is 2 and the second value is 6. So 2 plus 6, and the value of y 4 and 0, to 4 plus 0 upon 2. 6 plus 2 is 8, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 4 plus 0 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. So the midpoint of A and B is 4 and 2. And now comes the last part. The last part is the length of AB, and you guys know the formula. Length is equals to square root of x2 minus x1. Very good. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the formula for the length. Substitute the values. x2 is 6, x1 is 2. Don't forget the square root sign. 6 minus 2 whole square plus, what is the value of y? y2 is 0, 0 minus 4 whole square, and square root of 6 minus 2 is 4, and the square of 4 is 8. No, 16. Just joking. And plus sign, 0 minus 4 is minus 4. Square of minus 4 is also 16. Positive. Excellent. And 16 and 16 is 32. So my length of AB is under root 32 units, and you can also convert this in decimals. Both are acceptable. So this was a question in which we discussed some questions, previous questions. We discussed slope, how to find out the slope. We discussed midpoint, we discussed the length of AB, and we found out two coordinates A and B by using substitution method. and this question was a bit difficult question for you guys. I hope by watching this video you can solve this question now. Pause it and practice it for your concepts.